good, people? Izzy Max here, back again finally for a match. Had a bye week last week, and my weeks have been kind of rough leading up to this. Yeah, if the commentary's not that great on this one, some people know why, so this is just going to be kind of run-of-the-mill commentary. But here's my match against Toxic. I am bringing Senna Scorch with Cobra Berry that never hits the field. Weakness Policy, Latios. Purloin with Sucker Punch to proc, but Purloin never hits the field. Hatterene with Room Service, which comes in big. Air Balloon, Electivire, and Choice Scarf Mamoswine. And he has, from the matches, is going to be Life Orb Slowking, Crobat, Diggersby, AV, SCAV, Zapdos, which never hits the field, and a Citrus Indeedee. So I'm going to fast forward through the team selections here, and we're going to get into the match. Again, I'm sorry if my commentary is not great. I've already talked to some people. They know why. Mid-match, I had a family thing going on, but I am still going to get this recording out to you guys because it was a good match, and I felt pretty good with this one going in. So first here, after seeing the Luxray calcs that Tay got on the Crobat, I figured this would be his starting lead. So as long as I hit this Icicle Crash, Helping Hand Crash into the Crobat, as long as it's not Sash, is going to guarantee the KO. And here, I also do put the Diggersby in a bad spot here, because Mamoswine does match up very well into it and can KO it. So he makes a really good play. I don't know, honestly, what his Crobat was going for. Spoiler warning, I hit. And Crobat does just drop here. So I don't know if he was going for Tailwind or not, but it doesn't matter because he switches in Slowking here. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he isn't going for Tailwind. So if this doesn't kill, it's not a big deal, or if I miss, because Slowking is just out here. But I do end up hitting, and Mamoswine is an absolute unit and just takes out the Crobat here. And this is kind of just the gist of this game. My Electivire doesn't have a whole lot of offensive EVs in it, but in the position I'm in, he's gonna try to set Trick Room, so I need to try to nuke this SCAV as quick as possible. So I am just gonna go ahead and max the Electivire. It's not the optimal play, but it is the best play in this position since I am locked into Icicle Crash. I could switch in the Hatterene here, but I'm afraid of a Steel move actually going into Mamoswine. So I'm just gonna kind of hit the Slowking if I can get a flinch. That'll help me out. But I do know as long as his SCAV is not Room Service or Iron Ball, that Hatterene is going to be able to underspeed it after the Room Service and just KO it. Especially after this hit if he's like Akka or something. But he's neither. Like I said at the beginning, he is just AV. So Max Electivire looks pretty good, honestly, with the dark coverage and the fire coverage. Able to hit both Mons actually on the field. I was in prep and building very reluctant not to have an electric move since he does have the Zapdos. But I figured Scarf Mamoswine can kind of fill that role pretty well. While the Electivire is just kind of redirecting or doing some sizable chip damage for super effective hits. But, sorry if you hear my dog. He does end up maxing here, which is good. That's what I figured he'd be doing and trying to set up Trick Room, which he is. So the Icicle Crash comes out, not doing too much. I didn't expect it to. It's not super effective or anything. And the Flare comes out. We see not Akka. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe a kill, but because I'm missing so many attack EVs, it doesn't. But he didn't see the Air Balloon, so he got Air Ballooned this week. And unfortunately, I do end up flinching the Slowking, I'm sorry. It doesn't really matter other than for diff. Because I do have that Room Service, and seeing the calcs on this, I would just pick up the calc on the SCAV, and then come in with my back Mons and just kind of pick up the Slowking as well. So, moving on to this, I'm just making the play that I think needs to be made. Trick Room's not set up. I didn't see Akka, so I am expecting either Room Service, Iron Ball, or AV. So I'm guessing he's not protecting. Hoping Icicle Crash picks up the kill, and it does. Mamoswine has been super awesome this year. I'm so glad I picked it up. And so down goes the max. Didn't do anything because of the air balloon. And the max darkness is going to come out, and I believe it picks up the kill here. And it does. So now we're still in a very, very good position. After talking to him after the game, he didn't see the flinch, so he just thought Trick Room was up. So he thought his Diggersby was actually in a good spot. So here, I'm just going to Darkness and Icicle Crash. If the Crash doesn't pick it up, the Darkness will for sure. So here it comes, Icicle Crash. Picks it up here. And that is a clean, flawless 4-0. So we're just going to go ahead and move on here. Game 2, I lock in pretty quick. So I knew what I wanted to do. I knew he wasn't going to go back into the Crobat. And if he did, he was going to put it next to the Indeedee. So instead of leading with the Mamoswine, I'm going to put it in the back and lead Hatterene Electivire. That way, if he does lead Indeedee Crobat, I can set my own Trick Room with Hatterene. And if he leads anything else, trying to set up his own Trick Room because he doesn't know I have room service, I can just attack into whatever's on the field. So that's what I'm going to end up doing here. And he sends out his Mons and no Crobat. It is Indeedee Slowking. So I'm going to let him set Trick Room for me. And I'm just going to go on the offensive here. Not maxing yet. I don't want to waste it on the Follow Me Indeedee, because I do need it for certain calcs, like the Flutterby calc, just in case he's trying to read the Follow Me and it's a neutral hit and it's on both instead of a resisted hit with the Steel Spike. So here, I'm just going to put them both into Slowking. I know Slowking is the threat here. It is wanting to set up Trick Room, but he does just Follow Me, which is expected. I've been burned by targeting the Follow Me Mon before, so I'm not going to do it here. But either way, these are both super effective hits. The Lariat comes out, does really good damage. I was actually surprised. So I was thinking that it has more special defense than anything. So when I seen Citrus, I wasn't sure that this Dark Pulse would actually pick up the KO. But it ends up doing so. And that's just redirection out the window. I still have it. He doesn't. Hell, he doesn't even know I have it because I maxed the Electivire after clicking Helping Hand. So Trick Room goes up, and now he does see that I have room service. Knowing that he doesn't have it on his SCAV, he is pretty worried here. Here I make a small misplay, but in hindsight, it's really not. So I am attempting to Lariat into the Slowking. What I should have done, seeing that the Max Flare from the Electivire didn't kill, I should have double Fire moved into the SCAV. But in hindsight, it really doesn't matter. We are both going to just end up maxing here, so I can fast forward a little bit since those animations are incredibly long. There's my hat, and there's his SCAV. So here, you see I am slower, and the Max Flare shows me that he's AV. That should have 100% picked up a KO, but I do just set the Sun, and here's where I should have flared, but he does just Flutterby into the Electivire, which picks up the KO. So like I said, not a misplay, but I realized what play I should have made. But down goes the Electivire. Spoiler warning, that's the only kill he gets, which is incredibly good. Hatterene is just in a really good position here. So I don't want to bring out Mamoswine. Trick Room is up. Mamoswine is a sitting duck. So I decide to bring out my weakness policy, Latios, and I'm just going to protect. After seeing its AV, I know the SCAV doesn't have protect, so this is a free kill for the hat. And I don't want Latios taking any extra damage from an expanding force if I don't have to. That's what I'm expecting. The Slowking has also with Scald. So, like I said, I'm just going to protect it here. Keep damage off of it as long as possible. Trying to burn through these Trick Room turns. Because I'm expecting something weak to Mamoswine to be in the back. Either going to be the Zapdos or the Diggersby. So the Flare here does just pick it up. Pretty much what I expected. And Toxic makes a weird play. Knowing that I'm going to KO the SCAV, he actually unsets his Trick Room. which in hindsight's a good play, but he also knows the rest of my team is still faster than him outside of Trick Room. Latias is faster. The only mon I have that wouldn't be faster than the Diggersby that's actually on my team is the Hat that's on the field already, and Centiscorch. And I'm not bringing Centiscorch into a match where you have your big offensive mons are Diggersby and Zapdos. So I'm just going to Darkness the Slowking here. I know I'm at -1, but it's whatever. I know Psychic Terrain also doesn't affect Latias, but the Psychic is my just strongest move into Diggersby. And then after the Darkness, I'll be sure to actually pick up the 2-shot, because if you look here, not quite going to be a 2-shot. He does just high horsepower into Hat, and Hat's able to eat that, as well as the Expanding Force. So that's super, super good. The Darkness comes out after the Life Orb damage. Slowking is going to get almost KO'd, which is where I'll make some relatively good plays here towards the end of this match. So my max is done. Hatterene did a phenomenal job. And here, Latias is faster, and I know it. So I'm going to switch in Mamoswine, KO the Diggersby. It just got a special defense drop. And then all I have to do is deal with the Slowking. I'm praying Mamoswine can live in Expanding Force. This is not a calc I ran. I ran Scald calcs, not Expanding Force calcs. So the Psychic comes out. I know it's going to KO the Diggersby here. So now I know I'm going to win. Just what kind of differential? So the Hat switch out was a differential switch out. And Mamoswine's able to eat it with 8 HP left. Luckily, for my end, differential end, Slowking doesn't kill itself from Life Orb. So the end of this match is just going to be Mamoswine hitting a knockoff, picking up its last kill. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. 7-0, good game to Toxic. I had to try hard this week because I don't want to drop any farther in the standings. I want to stay out of playoffs so I can get another week, or wild card so I can get another week off. But that's going to do it for me, guys. If you watch this far, just please pray for me and my family. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.